Well, hello there, crafting friends. It's Kevin Esty here from Stamping Just for Fun. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Canada on the east coast in Nova Scotia, just around the corner from Peggy's Cove. And I'm here today to share with you the May Gentleman Crafters Design Team Blog Hop post. We are a group of gentlemen crafters, Stampin' Up! Demonstrators from around the globe, and I'm representing Canada. And each month we do a post, a blog hop post, and we share some different ideas with you. I am excited that we have a brand new annual catalog that just launched this month. And as demonstrators, we get our product available to us a month early during pre-order. So I've had some of the products from this catalog to play with now for a little while, and I'm going to share one with you that I really like, and I think anybody who were to order this product would really truly enjoy it and be able to make great projects like you see here without a whole lot of fuss. This particular suite is called the Hues of Happiness suite. In the catalog, it's located on pages 108, 109. It comes with a beautiful package of designer series paper, a stamp set, and dies. The stamp set and dies can be purchased in a bundle together, and you save 10% that way. And they've got some great examples of projects that you can make with this. There are also some coordinating gems that go with this suite. I'm going to show you all that product here just quickly before we get into making a beautiful card. As I said, the designer paper is just to die for. The color palette that's in this paper is just right across the gamut. It is a true rainbow of colors. As you can see, I've already been cutting into the pieces, but I'm just going to share with you here. There's two sheets in particular in the paper that you can cut all of the flowers from with the dies. This is one. Let me see. I've already cut up one of the other ones, but there's a second sheet here. Here it is. So you get the full rainbow. You have reds, pinks, oranges, yellows, right through blues, purples. So you get a good variety of colors in this as well. There are these really unique background patterns on the paper, and it's just beautiful. There are some patterns that have smaller flowers, and the back sides of these have again different color watercolor washes, little flowers. There's some small flowers. There's even sheets that have a blue background on them, and yeah, so it's very versatile paper. And if you can't find a color that you like in this mix, well, there's something wrong with you. I love it. I love it. I love it. And as I said, I took the dies and one of those sheets with the flowers on them, the roses, and you just use the dies, and the dies will cut out all of the flowers, and you get a ton. Even the ones that are on the edge of the sheet. I fussy cut some of those out. I'm going to use those in our card project today, so you can use 100% of it. Even the leaves will get cut out with the dies. Okay, so if you just had the paper and not the stamp set or the dies, you could still fussy cut with scissors. It'd take you a little bit of time, but you could absolutely do that, and you would end up with a whole bunch of product to make a beautiful card like this. So all I've done with this one is a Night of Navy card base, a matte piece that's the back side of one of those designer series paper, some of the roses and leaves that were cut out of it, and some of the little dots. And then I've used some of the paper to decorate the envelope as well. Okay, so there is the stamp set, and it has these beautiful rose stamped images and the leaves that you can stamp out, and the dies will also cut out all of these images. You can color them in, or you can stamp these onto any of those background colored papers and die cut them and end up with flowers just as beautiful as these. There's the die set that comes with. It's got all the dies, and it's got this really unique background die. that will cut out of your paper. See if I can get it here in the camera. Some holes get cut out altogether, and others it just sort of stitches the pattern in between, and then again you can layer that over top of one of the backgrounds, and the background will show through. There's two very unique edge dies here that cut like note paper torn out of a scribbler, or slotted ones from a binder. And then there are the beautiful glossy dots, and yeah, it's not coming through on the camera very well here, but wherever there's a light on the ceiling, it's glistening off of these dots, and they really, really do have a lot of sparkle to them. And what fun colors. Okay, let's get into our card. So I'm going to do a different color than the one that I have as my sample card, just to show you the variety here. So I've got a card base of Mango Melody. Had to think about that for a second. Mango Melody, that's measuring 11 inches by 4 1/4. It's scored in the middle at, actually it's not scored in the middle, at 5 1/2. So let's do that. Bring out my trimmer here, and we'll put a quick score at 5 1/2. If you're following me from across the pond, you use your metric standard card base measurements that you would use for your paper, and this is really simple, because you just need, you know, your standard card base, and then you need your standard mat for the inside that we're going to stamp on, and in that same size. So these are 5 1/4 by 4, one of the backgrounds, and there is a variety of background colors, as you can see. This was one piece, and it had the right from the Night of Navy through the Pool Party Blues and the Old Olive Greens through the yellows to the Mango Melody, and I think there was even either a little more here that went pink or a little more there that went blue. I can't remember, but this had a lot of Mango Melody in it, so that's why I chose a Mango Melody card base to use with it. So that's going to go on the front. I'm just going to do that with a little bit of liquid glue. You use whatever adhesive is your favorite. And I think I want the green on the bottom left, so I'm going to get that on there. Center it, so that gives me a 1/8 inch border around the outside, like that. Just like to iron the glue in with my bone folder to smooth it around. Okay, and then I have all kinds of pieces of flowers and leaves, and I went to the other end of the sheet and got all the pink and red colored ones. So I'm just sort of separating them out here to see what I've got. And I've got a couple of edge pieces and some little flowers that I'm going to use on the inside. So it's just going to be a matter of deciding how to arrange this. And I know I've got a design up here that I've already done, but I thought, well, maybe I can do something a little bit different with this one. And we'll put some up on dimensionals and some flat too. Let me see, do I have one of those? I don't have one of those. I think I want another red one down here. We're going to sneak some greenery in there. I'm going to do my sentiment at the top. So let's do that first before I get too many layers going on here. And I'm going to go to my stamp set. I've already done Happy Birthday, so I think I'll do Sending Many Thanks for All You Do. This is a photopolymer stamp set, and I'm going to want my foam mat to stamp on, because that will give me a crisper image. So I'm going to slide that in there. And my curd base back so it'll stay flat. My flowers are going to go somewhere about there, like that. We're going to get leaves and things in there too. And I'm just going to pick this up corner to corner on my block. And I want my Night of Navy ink. Seems to work very well with this. It's nice and dark, but it's not black. So I'm going to go with that. And I'm just going to do that right at the top here. Excuse me if I get my head in here. I've brought this down a little out of camera to get it close to me because I want to get it straight. There we go. Bring it back up so you can see what's going on here. There we are. I love the mixed fonts in this set. It's got scriptic handwritten fonts, but it's also got block lettering in it, all in caps. It's just a very classy, beautiful way to do sentiments. Okay, so we've got that. Now we're just going to glue down and layer our flowers. So I'm going to start with the back one. And just to make this easy on myself, I'm only gluing my flowers down towards the middle because I know I'm going to want to sneak some of those leaves in underneath. And if I don't just glue in the middle, then I won't be able to get them in under. So by leaving the edges free, then later on when I come in, I can slide them underneath like that, and I won't have to worry about it all being glued down. Okay. This one's going to go up on dimensionals, I do believe. So this one I'm going to glue down. I'm going to do the 3 smaller ones on dimensionals, and I'm going to glue down the bigger ones. So again, just a little bit of glue in the middle. This one's going to come here like this. Okay, get some small dimensionals. And I'm going to do somewhat the same thing with my dimensionals on my flower. Actually, that's probably plenty. Do I need a third? Yeah. I'm going to move that one there. Put this one here. I'm leaving some spaces so that when I go to slide my leaves in, be able to slide them in easy. This one's going to go here. There we go. And by not gluing the very edges of the flower, it is curling up just a little bit away, and that's fine because that gives me an almost 3D look to my card without really having to do a whole lot. The most time-consuming thing for this card was die cutting the flowers, and honestly it took me about a half an hour before I sat down to do my video to do almost the whole entire sheet of flowers. I had enough flowers to do this card, I'm going to have extras left over, and there's still enough left over to make 2 more cards, I'm sure. Okay, and then this one's going to go up here. So you can easily, prep a whole sheet of flowers and then come back and make a half a dozen cards. So it's not that hard. You do have to sort of cut the sheet apart with your scissors a little bit because it's 12 by 12 sheet of paper. You can't get it into your die cut machine. So all I did was take my paper snips and kind of zigzag my way through and get a section of the flowers out. I would divide this into 2, and then I run this piece through my die cutter and run this piece through and get all of the pieces out. Okay, now we need to get some greenery in here. So let's see, what have we got? Maybe, no, I don't want it in the way of the sentiment. I think that's going to This big one's going to come up here like this. Yep. This one's going to come down here like this. And then here we've got these leaves will probably fit better in there. And we need something down here. Come out from underneath there, maybe. Too big of an angle. Might be too big of an angle. What about that little one? That little one might fit in there good. Just got to find the right angle to put it on. Maybe it needs to come out like that. There we go. Okay. And then maybe one of these dark ones up here. There, I'm very happy with that. Okay, and that leaves me a couple for the inside, and I still have flowers left over. All right. We're just going to glue those down in place. Just like that. They only need a dab to secure them. Oh, let me see. Where did I have that? There we go. Almost glued it right over my sentiment. See, I'm right-handed and trying to do it left-handed, and that's not working. Get in there, you. There we go. And this one. There. Now, we need some bling for the front. And I think those yellow ones are going to work just perfect. My little poker tool here. I wish there were orange ones, but there aren't. So the yellow ones will work okay because there's yellow in this background as well. And let me see. I want the big one here. So I think I'm going to do the other yellow one on the yellow over there. Stick to the poker, not to me. There we go. Okay, so we have a beautiful card front design now. Just love the colors. Let's do our inside. So I've got these pieces of edge flowers that we can use. No, not going to use that one. I'm just going to use one, and I think I'm going to use a full rose. I might even take it off the bottom and trim it a little, just to make it look right, and then I'm going to throw in a couple of leaves. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Let's put a little bit of glue here. Stick that on. Oop. Get over there. This is why I like my liquid glue. Gives me time to move it around when I stick it down to the wrong spot. Okay, I know I'm going to be taking the bottom off of this, so only doing the top part. And then I'm going to get my leaves in there before it has a chance to dry too much. It's going to go in there like that. Okay. And then I will just trim off the excess of that rose. There we are. And then I just need a sentiment for the inside. So let me see. We did. Sending many thanks for all you do. Wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. I like that. I think I've used that one on the inside of this one. Oh, this one. Sorry. Yes, I did. Double duty here. And again, my ink. Oh yeah, I had those little flowers too. Let's see if we can't work some of those little flowers in there somewhere. Come back to that. So here we go. Lovely. All right, let's see. These were just sort of off on the edge and I didn't want to throw them all away. There's tons of them on that paper. Yeah, I like that. Just a little extra something in the corner. Up that way. There we go. Okay, and then we can put this inside the card. That. There we are. And I know that you all know how to decorate an envelope. You need a piece of designer paper that's 5 3/4 inches long and 2 1/4 inches wide. You glue it down to your flap and then you trim with your scissors around the edge of it. So I will go and pick a piece of designer paper, or I could use one of these extra flowers that are left over, and I could either put it on my flap or glue it on the front of my envelope like that. Lots of different ways you can decorate, but boy, do you end up with some really, really pretty cards just simply with the designer series paper. The fact that I had the dies made it easier than fussy cutting them all, but you could certainly fussy cut the flowers out, and any sentiments would work well, but this stamp set has some really beautiful sentiments in it. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that you will pick up some of this paper, maybe the bundle or the suite, and do some cards yourself. As I said, this is part of the Gentleman Crafters blog hop, so be sure, if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, go on over to stampingjustforfun.ca. This will be the first post on the front of the website. Go to the bottom of the post and you're going to find the links to all the other gentlemen that are crafting with me this month, and go and check out and see what they're presenting this month. Until June, happy crafting!